What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to get higher frames per second in Fortnite and play on stretched resolution. So first step is go to Cortana. I'm going to type in percentage app data percentage. You're going to find this folder right here. You're going to open it. You're going to go to app data. You're not going to click on any of these. You're going to go to app data, and you're going to go to local right here, double click. Then you're going to find Fortnite game. It should be on the very front page. Bam, Fortnite game. You're going to click on saved, and then you're going to go to config. Click on that, go to Windows client. Right here, you might have multiple files, you might not. If it's already pre-saved to Notepad, then you'll see it right here. If not, go to open with Notepad. You have to open it with Notepad. Double click that, and this is where you're going to look for your resolution. So scroll down just a tad bit. As you can see, I only scroll down a little bit. There's a lot of numbers and characters here. You're going to find resolution size X, resolution size Y, and then you're going to find last user confirmed resolution. So this right here, it's probably custom to 920, or yeah, 1920. So is this right here? So this is probably what yours says right now. I don't know why you have to do this, but it wouldn't let me just put in 1600 and work. I actually had to go back to what my custom resolution was just 1920 by 900. But just type this in, just follow this simple instruction right here. Type in 1920, Control S, 1920, Control S. Then go here, 1600, go here, 1600 by 1080 as well. So if this doesn't say 1080, then you need to make sure that this says 1080. Once you have this right here typed in, just these four numbers, these four slots with the numbers, hit Control S. What that's going to do is save it, and then we're done with that. You're going to click out of the X. I'm going to hit don't save because I already have it saved, but you need to hit save or Control S, and then you should just be able to hit the X button. Bam, done. Then this is going to be your Radeon settings. So if you don't know how to get to this or you haven't downloaded it, I highly suggest you do that. You just type in AMD Radeon software on Google, and it'll allow you to download this. What this does is just auto updates your software, so you don't have to update your drivers one by one. This makes it 10 times easier. If you don't know how to get to this and you think you've downloaded it, go to your search bar again, type in AMD. It should be the first thing that pops up, Radeon settings. That's exactly what this is. So then you're going to go to display, and then we're going to leave this here for a second. Another very important thing is that a lot of videos didn't teach me. Right click, go to display settings. So we're going to have this pulled up at the same time. You're going to go to display, scroll down, make it easier, go to advanced display settings. This right here, just leave this right here, or we're going to need this in a second. So then I'm going to go back to here. You're going to go to create a custom resolution. So what I did was click on display and then hit create. What you're going to do is you're going to change your horizontal resolution right here to 1600. You're going to go to your H timing display, change that to 1600. Then vertical resolution should be at 1080. Those are the three numbers you have to change. Now over here, a lot of videos were like, oh, okay, just change this to your refresh rate of your monitor. I have a 144 Hertz monitor, but my Radeon software does not allow me to go past 60, and Windows 10 says it's 60 as well. So this is what's most important, is that I kept trying to change this to 144, these two numbers right here, and it was giving me an error as, I'll show you guys. There's a lot of comments and a lot of videos I saw, they were getting the same thing. So I'm going to click save. This custom resolution settings are not compatible with this display. It means the display, it's talking about your monitor. So you hit OK and you're like, oh man, I don't know what the heck to change. This right here, whatever this number right here on your refresh rate for your monitor is, that's what it needs to be in the settings for it to actually work. Change that to 59, hit enter, and it's going to change that to 59 as well. This one can be 60, this one's going to stay 59. So as long as you have 1600, 1600, and 1080 right here, that's going to be your custom resolution. Then you're just going to hit save. I'm not going to hit save because I already have one right here. I'm on stretched resolution right now. Then that's pretty much it. A lot of other videos said that, okay, load in Fortnite, go to the settings and change it. If you go to full screen, which I'll show you in a second, it automatically saves it and enters it manually. Obviously you're going to want to not have the game pulled up while you're doing all this. So if you had the game pulled up and you just did all that, close the game, just restart it. I'm going to show you that it works. So we're done with all the settings bars and everything now. Now we're just going to wait for the game to load up. Also, a big part I forgot to mention is that when you do change the custom resolution in the Radeon software and you hit create, your screen should go black for a second. If your screen goes black after you hit saved, then you should be good to go. As you can see, I'm getting, this is usually like 144 frames per second. And we are just in the menu, so obviously it's going to be super high because we're not doing anything. But in game, I usually get somewhere between 90 and 100 while I'm not recording. And I'm in game, I get somewhere around 200 to 244, which is usually the cap. So you can go to your settings to make sure that it is stretch resolution. It should be automatically saved. You do not have to go here to display resolution unless you play on windowed. So you play on windowed, it's going to go back to the normal resolution, which is 1920 by 1080. Go to you see windowed. Go to full screen. It's going to automatically save it. I'm not going to save it because it's already stock on mine. What other people were saying to do was go to your display settings. You can go here, and as you can see, custom resolution right here. You should be able to find it. See, that's recommended because that's default. What we just created was 1600 by 1080. So if for some reason it didn't work and it didn't save it automatically, go to your display settings, go to resolution, click it, and then click out of this, reopen Fortnite, and as you can see, it is 100% stretched resolution. And it doesn't look that different. The one that like Myth plays on is absolutely absurd, but this is like what Tfue plays on, so it's just barely stretched resolution. Just enough to give you higher frames per second. You can see a little bit more field of view. All it does is basically just shrink the character model down and open the map up. So your character's a tad bit smaller, now the map seems a tad bit larger. But yeah, as you can see, I'm getting 180 something frames per second. Like I said, yes, we are in the menu, but I'm also recording with live stream open, so that usually enables me somewhere around like 90 frames per second, even in the menus. I don't have the best computer in the world, but in game, while I'm not recording, like I said, I'm getting max frame rate. It also helps if you turn your settings down. Depends what you have your settings on. Usually I play on Epic for that, Epic. And then I have shadows off, anti, and post-processing on low. This is what pretty much everybody plays on, with the exception of maybe some view distance differences and the textures and the effects, but I think that the game looks really, really bad if you do that. VSync should be off, motion blur off, show FPS on. That's just a preference thing. But these are the best settings for Fortnite, guarantee. That's hands down from every pro player. These are the best settings. This is the best stretch resolution setting to get max frame rate. As you can see, I'm getting the max frame rate right now. Like I said, even in the settings, it's not bad for me recording. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, I will try and answer them down in the settings, because like I said, I went through like 6 videos of people doing this and nobody showed how to do it with AMD software correctly. The one video I did click on, I followed the instructions 100%. I still couldn't do it. It's because of, like I said, this right here, the refresh rate. Everybody forgot to mention that except for some guy in the comments. So shout out to him. But yeah, if this helped you, leave a like, leave a comment saying that it helped you. I appreciate it. Leave a comment if you're having struggles with it. I'll walk you through it. But just pause the video at certain times, rewind, stuff like that. I mean, that's what usually helps me. So that's it, guys. Appreciate it. See you till next time.